Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to another edition of Bigfoots Pad Paranormal Radio. I'm Jeremy Metter, also known as King Sasquatch, your main host. And with me tonight are my co-hosts.
King Gray, also known as Tim.
Mothman Warrior 1.0, and my name's Nick.
Archangel, and I'm Brent.
All right, and tonight's show is going to be about Bigfoot and Sasquatch again. I know we haven't had a show in a while, so our sound effects are kind of messed up right now, but we're going to get started. So anyways, for team news, while I wait for our chat room to load, we're getting ready to do a Bigfoot hunt here, or Bigfoot expedition, within the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, that'll be quite it.
Yeah, and I guess Nick's is his very first Sasquatch expedition. It's going to be pretty interesting here. And we're going to start off with some news done by Tim. Brazilian military document confirms UFOs. We have informed before the Brazilian government and General Octavio Moreira went public on national TV and declassified a few weeks ago a new set of previously secret UFO documents covering the 80s. We also informed you that we already had disclosures covering the 50s, 60s, and 70s. They've been doing these releases for decades. So far, over 4,000 pages and 300 photos have been disclosed, or undisclosed, however you'd say that. This time, declassifications, the 80s, is composed of some 800 pages of brand new, very powerful evidence. Among the documents released are the reports of UFOs in May 1986, considered the official UFO night in Brazil, when 21 objects estimated 100 meters in diameter were sighted by military sources. So,
yeah, that was a pretty interesting article, though. That would be scary.
What did you say?
I said that would be scary.
That is scary. I thought Brent put something like carnage at first. What's that?
Carnage. Frank goes, damn, look at all the carnage. Yeah, exactly.
Well, what do you think, Nick? What do you think of the government declassifying all these documents?
I find it very interesting. I mean, it's kind of funny how they keep it secret for so many years and then just finally decide to bring them out of nowhere and just say, oh, look, yeah, we had UFOs.
We knew about them the whole time.
Yeah. Well, we just covered it up, but now I'll tell you.
1 second. Can you guys talk about some team news for a minute while I log on to our MySpace really quick?
Yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, Nick is in Ohio for schooling, and he's coming out here next week, within the next week or so for Thanksgiving. And we're supposed to be doing a Bigfoot hunt and some UFO spotting and everything. It's going to be off the hook, huh, Nick and Brent?
Yeah. For sheezy, mine easy.
Yeah, Tim.
Yeah.
I need you over here for a minute, Tim.
Oh, all right. But yeah, Brent's going to be coming into town too, so it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, we're having a reunion of the team, and
yeah,
we're going to
since what, last January?
Yeah, it's been a while, so we're definitely I'm looking forward to it, and it'll be definitely an exciting time.
Oh,
looking for some UFOs.
That's always good, right? You're hosting a live radio show and your chat room won't load. That's always nice.
Yeah, I might be able to pull it up if you want me to.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Video, Red Diamond Chick UFO, Delft, the Netherlands. Steve Van der Valde could not believe his eyes when his girlfriend pointed at a strange point of light in the sky. The 32-year-old man took out his camera and started filming the UFO. The footage was taken 3 nights ago from Steve's living room in the Dutch town of Delft. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It was a red object moving with great speed in the vicinity of our apartment. It just floated for some time in the air, commented Steve for a newspaper. The diamond-shaped flashing puts the Chinese lantern theory in question. There have been similar sightings worldwide, though this one is a better illusion than most. As well, the red color is less bright and usually green. Though the sighting is over a month old, the Dutch media is still mentioning the event. Tim knows more about this than I do.
Yeah, because I was looking through paranormalnews.com and I found that article, and it's actually really interesting. I'll show you guys the pictures later, but it looks like a red diamond. That's the best way to explain it. A diamond that shapes shifts, let me tell you, so it's not
No, it's a plane. It's a stealth bomber.
It's a plane. It's a
no, remember, Nick, it's a lighthouse glowing. It's the lighthouse glaring off a goose 20 miles in the distance, remember?
Yeah.
Right there, Nick.
Crap.
Right, Nick?
Yeah.
She's in there right now.
Did you finally get the chat room working? Because I tried to load it and it froze my computer.
I know that's what happened over here.
Huh. Well, we'll make do.
Normally we have our cool sound clips, but they're gone right now.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that funny?
I'm reposting our bulletin here really quick, and then...
All right. But yeah, also in Team News, we're still we're nearly done going over our parator evidence because we went and moved and everything, so we're still going over evidence. And Gold Point, Nevada has a bunch of strange things that year. Like we caught EVPs and we caught pictures.
Yeah.
And Brent was there too.
Yep. For what?
Yeah, Brent. Oh, for Gold Point, we know we're done with all the footage and everything now. It only took us 2 months. But yeah, Brent could verify that place is a paranormal hotspot too. The post office and everything.
Did you guys ever send Herb his stuff?
Oh, we were still working on it. Oh, Brent, nope, can't be. Not married.
Oh yeah. Nope, can't be me.
That town is fucking awesome. I love those guys up there.
You didn't specify where to go to listen to the radio show in the bulletin.
Oh, well.
How dare you, Tim?
I know. Oh, we probably got some listeners right now anyway. Again, sorry to everyone that everyone's being so quiet because we're having technical issues.
Yeah, it's our first show in a while, so things are kind of...
this month because we've been all busy with school and everything and work.
Yeah.
Nick's been busy.
I know, but last time I realized, I think Nick had a news article we want to talk about, didn't you, Nick?
Yeah. Actually, I pulled up... I actually have a couple of them. Do you want me to talk about the Bigfoot one I have or the moon?
Oh,
the moon.
Start with anything, Nick.
Start with the moon. Yeah, I'll start with the moon first, since we'll before we go on to the main topic for tonight. Recently, scientists have found that there's water on the moon, and this has a wide variety of implications. Obama has suspended any further missions to the moon, at least for the next few years, but there's been talk of another mission to the moon, and if we're able to do that, we could go study this water and see maybe if there's any frozen life forms on the moon like they found on Mars. That would be pretty interesting. And also, this is just kind of a rumor that's floating around out there, but I've heard some hearsay over how we may try to set up maybe even a small colony or a station on the moon. So that's getting pretty exciting.
Yeah, that'd be pretty scary though, living on the moon.
Yeah, I know. You would, with all the asteroid impact or meteorite impacts and everything, zero gravity, that'd be one heck of a place to live.
Getting like the tiniest hole in your spacesuit.
Yeah, like
Yeah, Brett, what would you think about living on the moon?
I don't know. I wouldn't want to be the first one on there to experience anything like
Brett would wear socks on his hands, and Brett would wear socks on his hands and gloves on his feet if he lived there.
Okay.
I could see, like, if you lived on the moon colony, it would turn into, like, the first Alien movie, Brent. You know, the colony when they have on the alien planet? On the movie Alien?
Yeah.
I could see turning into that.
That would be funny. Or it could be like Superman. Remember that old Superman movie where the astronaut was on the moon and then the evil Superman thing came out of nowhere and ripped his oxygen hose off? What would you do if that happened, Brent? When you saw that?
Do you have any news articles here?
I'm trying to find our radio logo because I don't know where that's at.
Well, do you want to kick off?
Radio.com.
Oh.
blogtalkradio.com/BFBC.
So we can start the main.
Oh, I think Jeremy.
No, not yet, Nick. Or I'll just start doing the news. I'll just keep doing the news. I can't find it.
Okay.
All right, 1 second. I'm almost done with this. Our favorite man talking about his own country is writing us again.
Oh, the psycho guy from a while back? He said he hated the United States and everything?
Yeah, this guy says that the world's being taken over by UFOs and stuff.
Hey, Jer, don't you know, do you know if Bill's listening or not?
He's not right now.
Oh, man, I miss Bill. He's quite fun to have on the show.
What about Dr. Watson, Brent, remember?
What's that?
Dr. Watson with toads the size of coffee tables?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Nick never experienced that, man.
I know. I've heard. I don't know if I need to experience.
Like the Night Cool Nightmare guy either, dear.
Who?
The Night Cool Nightmare guy?
The Creeper, I think that was his name.
Oh, yeah, the Creeper. Remember, Brent? Your favorite guy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Hate that guy.
But Jeremy, you can finish the news. Yeah, we have a bunch of news articles, but I'm not sure what's going on.
I'm trying to get this all sorted out because it didn't get handled properly.
Like I said, I have a Sasquatch news story in front of me about this area in Ohio, which actually has a great deal of Sasquatch activity going on, and a new DVD has been released about it.
Really?
I mean,
what is it, Nick?
We could start off the main topic with that. I mean,
I know we tell a lot of news stories before I get to. You could talk about that, Nick.
All right. Well, here's a special preview for tonight's main point. All right. In 1987, a newspaper coined the phrase "the Sasquatch Triangle." Since then, it has been discovered as an area of alleged Bigfoot activity in Ohio, which has taken place in this geographical area. Friday, April 20th, 2007, here is a DVD review of The Mystery of the Sasquatch Triangle. This DVD is quite well done by Don Keating, who interviews such witnesses and investigators as Linda Wiggle, Chuck Story, Terry and Trevor Jean, Rod Georger, and Richard Myers about their experiences and sightings. The main focus is on an area known as the Sasquatch Triangle, which encompasses parts of Coshocton, Ohio, Goserney, and these may be some Indian names, and Tuscarawas counties in eastern Ohio. The main coloration of the creature being seen in that area is a white individual. One of Don's earlier documentaries, Ohio's Abominable Snowman, is also included as bonus material. Available for the first time on mass production, an audio recording from September 1991 is also played of a possible vocalization. I highly recommend this DVD for everyone's cryptozoological DVD collection. Don continues to produce high-quality productions and wonderful information.
That's awesome. We're going to take a peek at that, Nick.
Yeah, maybe, because I have this map over here in front of me on my computer of the Sasquatch Triangle. And it's mostly in eastern Ohio. It looks like I'm in Cleveland, so it's to the south of me because I'm right on the lake. But
can we say
maybe sometimes maybe sometimes we could come out here for a investigation. But it's pretty interesting. I haven't really read too much into this, but it seems to be a hot spot.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
Well, I have a story in front of me. Mysterious segmenting snake-like creature reported on Pennsylvania roadway. This incident occurred on September 19, 2009 at about 3:45 p.m. on a sunny afternoon in rural Westmoreland country, not far from Youngwood. A woman, her husband, and her child were in the car driving along the country road in the afternoon when suddenly the woman seized behind her husband, yelled out, "Watch out for that snake." The man slowed down as they focused on a black snake about 4 feet long that was slowly moving across the road in front of them from right to left. The head of the reptile was in the center of the roadway. The fellow told me that while the creature looked like a snake, it did not slither like one, but instead was gliding really slow, like a snail would, I guess. Suddenly, something happened that the witness was still trying to explain. As the couple watched, the body of the snake broke apart into approximately 8 individual creatures, and the man related that this happened quickly, almost as if it exploded. Each creature was about 4 inches in length, but stretched up approximately 6 inches as they moved. They were tubular shaped with no tail and charcoal black in color.
They
had a shiny, wet texture. And each one of those seemed to be 4 feet, 2 on each side of the body. Or they had 4 feet, 2 on each side of the body. That's kind of strange.
Yeah, that's just a little creepy, right, Brent?
Just a little.
Just a little bit. A giant snake explodes into 1,000 little ones, right?
Yeah,
that's a little creepy.
Yeah, definitely. It's.
I know. I'd be screaming a bunch of obscenities if I'd seen that.
Yeah, I'd probably run for the hills. Jared, does the article have any photographs, or is it just an eyewitness account?
It's just an account.
Oh, it's just an account. Oh, okay.
But still, Nick, that's pretty scary.
Yeah, I know.
Here's another
That's
good
true.
one. UFO hovering over Oklahoma skies baffled astronomy club members on 11/10. The UFO report is not particularly unusual. The Mutual UFO Network, or MUFON, receives similar reports of hovering lights in the sky frequently over this area. Kind of cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
You have a caller that keeps calling in and hanging up.
Oh, nice.
I wonder if it's a prank caller. If it is, we should just let them on, because they usually give us some form of entertainment for the night, so.
Never had one of those yet.
I just wish we had
I still go back and think about the peanut butter and jelly guy. He was the best.
Yep. Paranormal group discovers skeleton buried behind West Virginia mansion wall. The paranormal explorers of West Virginia found remains at an Aspen Manor in Wellsburg, West Virginia, before their investigation. They were playing around and knocked a small hole in the wall. They sensed someone was buried in a basement wall and heard a voice saying, "Help me, I'm stuck inside this wall," the sheriff said. Then they excavated the wall and did find human remains of a woman.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
Could you imagine doing that, Fred, before the gun? We're playing around and we find that some skeletons in the wall.
Yeah.
That's pretty scary.
So, I'm not understanding this. Do they say that the ghost itself told them that, or an EVP, or did they just sense it, or what?
I'm not sure. From what I understood from the article, it said they were just playing around and they knocked a small hole in the wall and then they thought they heard a voice. And then they got a strange feeling that there was someone on the other side of the wall, so they opened the wall and I guess there was someone in there.
Reminds me of,
So what, Jeff?
I said it reminds me of that thing that we heard about Iowa.
Hmm.
But anyways, UFO watcher claims proof alien base in Sochi, Russia on 10/17. He is certain that the area around his home and the summit of Baitska Mountain in Sochi is being used by extraterrestrials as some sort of gateway between worlds. Vlad says for centuries that this area was considered sacred by local tribes. Tim knows more about it than I do.
Yeah, I researched a little bit about it. This guy says, like, the land's been sacred from the nearby tribes and everything for, like, hundreds of years. And everyone else, modern-day people, report there's the massive, like, spotting, like, a ton of spottings of UFOs and everything in the area. So a lot of people believe it's like a UFO base. Yeah, I know. pretty interesting.
All right, well, another news story that I would like to talk about is bird-like UFO sighted near Kingwood, West Virginia. The object was about twice the size of a passenger airplane, and it made absolutely no noise as it flew over my house, onlooker says. The object looked very similar to a bird, but did not appear to be moving mechanically. So I'm guessing it looked like the shape of an airplane.
It could be one of those black ops things like the government using for like the new testing airplanes.
Yeah.
I don't know, what do you think, Brent?
Oh, boy.
That mechanical bird-looking UFO.
I don't know. How could you tell it was?
What did you say? What did you say, Brent?
I said, how could you tell it was a bird?
Billy said it was shaped like one.
Well, how did
Maybe
you know
Superman.
Because it had a beak on it, I guess.
Yeah.
So it was just a normal
Motorists
flying
have
saucer, just UFO, and it just had a beak on it?
Well, they said it just was shaped like one. They didn't really say any specifics. They just said it was shaped like it.
Oh.
Let's see if I can start up our chat room finally.
Yeah, I swear we have the strangest topics sometimes, like about news. So you think, Nick and Brent?
Yeah. Oh, I was just looking at this, there's this video I found on YouTube, actually, of a reported UFO sighting in Pittsburgh on August 4th of this year. It's displaying, right now it's giving a little trouble, but the main picture that I found of this home video was a triangular-shaped UFO with a triangle formed by 3 white lights, and then in the middle was this burning red light that looked like fire.
That's kind of strange.
Our chat room's loaded, Nick.
Okay, finally.
Well, it's sort of loaded. It's like half loaded, and it's kind of... It'll probably work better on yours.
Oh, I could try.
Well, anyways, another news story. Bigfoot has near collision with motorist in Pennsylvania. A report of a possible Bigfoot encounter in Pennsylvania was received by the Sasquatch Watch of Virginia and was referred to by Eric Altman, the director of the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Society. The incident occurred on January 10, 2009, outside Uniontown in Fayette County. It was about 6 p.m. when the event occurred. The weather was warm and clear at the time. The witness was driving down the road at about 40 miles an hour when suddenly she caught out of the corner of her eye a figure coming from the left side and approaching her. She first thought that it was a person who had to walk out in front of her car, and she about hit the subject. She suddenly swerved over to the right side of the road and was thankful that nobody was there. She was making the turn, and she got a good look at the figure and suddenly realized that it was not a person but a strange creature. As she sat there for a moment, she looked into her rear mirror and realized that the creature had gotten behind her car, and she said, "I looked into the rearview mirror and I saw it leap across my trunk." The creature was stocky and muscular in appearance. The chest area was described as thick and hairy. The shoulders were wide and rounded. The arms were very long, hanging down to the knees or beyond. The witness said that the hair on the arms was long, like ape hair. The woman didn't recall seeing any muscles, however. It did appear as though it was muscular in good physical condition.
Jeez, that would suck if you hit one of those things. That would probably total your car.
Yeah, I mean, if you can hit a deer.
Kill you. Even a deer would kill you.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like hitting a brick wall, pretty much, like a 3-foot brick wall, at like doing like however fast you're going.
Jeez. Like Harry and the Henderson style, Brent.
What's that?
Oh, Harry and the Henderson style. Remember when he hits him at the beginning?
Oh yeah, exactly. It's pretty much be like that.
All of a sudden, he looks back in the back over the windshield. He goes, "Rah!" Remember?
Yeah.
Remember that, Nick? You remember that, Nick, Harry and the Hendersons, when he looked back over the windshield? After the guy was knocked out dead.
The evidence surfaces in Arizona. The birthplace on historic Route 66, Seligman, but could also be the home place of Bigfoot. Java, Bob Smallsback of Searching for Bigfoot Incorporated, is in town researching 2 reported Bigfoot sightings by a Phoenix man who is building a cabin in the area. The sightings reportedly happened on 2 different occasions over the past 2 years. Smallsback says he was called in after the most recent sighting, which he claims was able to track the creature, finding what he says is a fingernail where the Sasquatch had stubbed his toe on a rock. There are 2 footprint casts also discovered. What do you think of that?
Yeah, Arizona's pretty close. I believe there could be Bigfoot there in certain places.
Yeah,
possible.
Bigfoot and Yeti, at least. You could ask us all. We travel to Arizona quite frequently with the team, huh, guys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kingman, Arizona.
Well, right now right now I pulled up a news report about a Bigfoot sighting in Arizona.
Really, Nick?
This guy's basically just talking about how he saw a creature that looks like the Patterson film creature. And he's talking about how he's walking through the desert, and then he saw this creature walking through the desert as well. It's on Channel 3 in Arizona. Isn't that pretty wild? Didn't you guys see something out with you thought was a ram, but it was something else?
Me with our grandpas and our aunt. We thought we seen a ram, but it went down in the meadow, and when it came up, it was walking on 2 legs. It was from far away. It looks crazy. There's more Lake Champlain sightings of the Champ, or also known as a similar creature to the Loch Ness Monster. The best yet stabilized and enhanced version of some of the best ever footage of Champ in Lake Champlain, where you guys know where that's at. The lake monster living in Lake Champlain, a natural freshwater lake in North America, partially situated across the U.S.-Canada border in the Canadian province of Quebec, and partially situated across the Vermont-New York border. While there is no scientific evidence of this cryptid's existence, there's been over 300 reported sightings for hundreds of years. So pretty much it looks, you could see a hump, and you could see like a clear back on this creature.
Well, Nick's actually had the privilege of going there as a kid, so Nick's lucky.
You've been there, right, Nick?
Yeah.
Sounds like someone's in like a car or something.
No, they just turned on my TV.
Anyways, we're going to get on to the main topic for tonight. Well, I'll start off with a sighting. A Dauphin County man who wishes to remain anonymous says he may have caught images of Bigfoot with his flip-cam camera. He says he was hiking the Appalachian Trail with his wife in October when he came across what looked like a fort. He started filming and says when he started hearing strange noises. He said you could actually hear it go hoo-ha like a monkey. I mean, deep in the lungs, he said. I panicked. The sounds were loud, and they freaked me out. And to be honest with you, I told my wife I need to get out of here. There's something up in these woods. When he got home, he saw a strange image on the video. Here's the thing standing in the middle of the trail, says the man. His wife said, what is that? I said, I don't know. It's some kind of a humanoid.
Wow.
That is weird.
Hey, Jared.
What's that?
I found this really good video of a Bigfoot or an alleged Bigfoot attack. Now, it's 46 seconds long, and this guy was videotaping, and his hand was really wobbly, but it's possibly authentic. It doesn't look like a guy in a monkey suit. I mean, is there any way I could forward it to you, possibly?
Yeah, you can. Our website, if you want to send it to our email, it's bigfootspad@yahoo.com.
Okay, here, I'll send it to you guys, so you guys can take a review, and maybe we could discuss it, because it is a pretty good piece of footage.
I'll go check it out in a minute. There's a new Bigfoot flick coming out by Sam Raimi, also the director of Drag Me to Hell, Warcraft, and a future Spider-Man movie. Appears all set to produce Yetis in the forthcoming new horror film Refuge, to be directed by Corin Hardy from screenwriter Tom DeVille. The original pitch was from Hardy. Hollywood Reporter states that the plot centers on a remote town terrorized by a Yeti, the mythological creature native to the mountains of the Himalayas. And then I was just saying, I hope that it's a legendary creature, not a mythological one. Otherwise, the movie's going to be crappy, as I was saying.
Yeah.
I hope they don't make it have, like, superpowers or stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, so that's Bigfootspad@yahoo.com?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something that I would like to point out is one of our listeners on our AOL chat room has actually asked if anyone, he says, if you guys captured a live Sasquatch, would you release it during a tornado?
What?
Wow.
That's what they said. They said if you caught a live Sasquatch, would you release it during a tornado?
No.
That is odd.
What's your opinion on that, Brad?
On what?
One of our listeners asked us if we captured a Sasquatch, would we release it into the wild during a tornado?
Why tornado?
I don't know. That's what they sent us on our AOL chat room.
I don't know. Probably not, because that's weird.
I thought it was pretty imaginative, though.
Yeah.
Here's a weird one, a Bigfoot molester case. A man who claims that he was molested by Bigfoot when he was a child was ordered to serve 20 years in federal prison for his own molestation-related activities. Gene R. Morrow, 57, of New Hampshire, who had previously pleaded guilty in Stamford, Connecticut court to 20 charges of effort to solicit a 13-year-old boy over the Internet. That's kind of different.
A little disturbing.
He says he preyed on children 5 to 12 years old. And he says that he asked for sex acts with young boys.
Okay, that's kind of disturbing. I don't see how this has anything to do with Bigfoot.
Perfect for Nick, though.
What a weird one, Brent?
Yeah.
Wisconsin snow tracks. Photos from Wisconsin continue to astound people. A specific one in Wisconsin in the snow was 18 inches deep with larger tracks on the right were not made by a coyote or rabbit leaping through the snow. The tracks were made by a large Sasquatch stepping through the snow and stepping over a fence in the middle of the process. The Sasquatch tracks intersect with a line of deer tracks. The Sasquatch was probably trying to catch up with the deer is what they're assuming. these Wisconsin photos show that what many witnesses described in the past, a tall Sasquatch easily stepping over a barbed wire fence without even slowing down. The Sasquatch that made these, according to experts, was most likely 8 to 9 feet tall. What do you guys think of that?
Wow.
That was pretty cool.
Are you playing a video game, Brent?
What's that?
Are you playing a game or something?
No, Craig is. I'm just watching.
Well, one thing I noticed on here that people are starting to ask me on our chat room, they said, I guess, because I've been talking about these tracks for probably about, I don't know, probably 20 minutes in our chat room, and people are asking me, how come certain teams hoard their evidence? Like their Bigfoot evidence. Like Befro, for example, this is just from the top of my head. For instance, how come they want us to share our evidence with them or other people's sightings with them, but they won't tell the public what they have?
Well, there could be a possibility of two things. One is that they claim, I guess they feel they may have a monopoly on the on Bigfoot investigating, and that they deserve all the footage and whatever. And then there's also another possibility that maybe they don't really have any good footage, and they just want to...
the BFRO has really good footage.
Okay. It's probably more likely the first one.
What do you think? Like I said, why do you think Befro and these other teams hoard their evidence of where they catch their Bigfoot and their video evidence and stuff, but yet they're going to open-handedly take everybody else's and they won't share anything back?
You're asking me?
Yeah, like, what do you think about that? Like, what's your opinion?
I don't know. I think being a little shysty about stuff like that is just, it's like why would you not share with the public? Like, of course it's going to be good.
Point of even doing it?
Yeah, it's like, why do it if you're not going to share the evidence with the public? It's like, I got evidence of Bigfoot. Oh, but I'm not going to show you. It's like, why? It's like, okay, yeah, that's like telling me you have the Holy Grail, but you're not going to show me. It's like, why? It's like, why you tell me?
Pretty much. I don't know. What do you think would happen though if Pro did release all their footage?
If what?
If the BFRO, the Bigfoot Resource Organization, really did release all their stuff, what do you think would happen?
If they really saw it?
You know, if they released it all to the public.
Then that's good.
I know for us, for example, we release our footage, which people open-handedly want to steal or use us as sources, but yet they won't tell us nothing else in return.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we just have to keep looking and get our own evidence. And
we're gonna hoard our own evidence. Is that what you said?
No, we can actually just be ethical about it and share the world with what we find. It's not to be hidden. At least that's my opinion, and that's not our job either. As investigators looking at these things, we're not supposed to hide everything from the public. What's the point in gathering evidence if you're not going to share it?
Exactly.
But that's it. Like I said.
Sorry, go ahead, Nick.
Like I said, we just have to gather our own evidence and continue to do what we do. And I don't say don't worry about Befro. I mean, they're the leading investigators in the field, but we need to establish our own ground is what I'm basically trying to say.
But yeah, like the Bigfoot's always interesting to me though, because if you get really good evidence, like you know what I mean, like you could seriously, like there's a lot of amateur footage, but I mean if you really get a good photo of it or a really good piece of video evidence, that could be like the difference between like modern side. You know what I mean? A lot of people might be changed. You wouldn't know what to think.
Well, what do you call it? I don't want to. I don't. Like I said, I don't want to be a pester about this film I found, but the 46 seconds of film that I found on YouTube of a guy. He's in the description. It says him and his friend were hiking, and they videotape. One guy is holding a video camera, and he is videotaping his friend running down this ridge, and then he moves the camera and looks, and there's this big giant hairy creature chasing him, and the guy's hand starts to shake, and he keeps it pretty focused on the creature as it jumps down the ledge and starts to chase the guy away, and then you can get a somewhat close-up view of it, but then the footage ends. Now, I don't know if it moves like a person, or, I'm not a anthropologist or a biologist or anything like that, so I can't make any individual judgment. That's why I submitted it to you guys to maybe get a second opinion, but I think that would be something good to look at.
Oh, okay. Yeah, as soon as Jerry brings it up, we'll find it.
Oh, okay. Because it I don't know. Like I'm here on YouTube looking at all these different pictures. I'm sorting through. Most of them are just bogus. People. You could tell that they're dressed in monkey suits. Things that are very obvious. And then when I find ones that are not so obvious, I save them because it's tough to decide what it is. So it's definitely an interesting film when you get pieces of footage like that.
Exactly, and like you were saying, the film, Nick, most Sasquatches, they're like most Bigfoot and Sasquatches and Yetis and everything are known to be pretty timid. They're pretty shy. They just try to stay away and stay hidden for the most part.
Yeah.
But I think personally they have different opinions, like human beings do. You know what I mean? And like some gorillas do. Like they have different personalities, and some are mean. Some could be very irritated, and like that one you said, it could be probably irritated. It's just chasing them away.
Yeah.
I believe Bigfoot do definitely have different personalities.
Yeah. Well, if you definitely, if you look at animals in general, there's animals with different personalities. Like if you look at your pets that you might have, your cats. Your cats have different personalities. Fluffy is very friendly, while Snickers tends to run away and be shy. So that right there shows that animals can have different personalities.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, I have a weird topic to bring up.
Oh.
I'm gonna start off with an introduction, and then I'm gonna introduce the topic of what I was gonna talk about. October 1998. Reported observations of breasts on Bigfoot are very rare indeed. 2,600 reports have only 15 references to large breasts, 10 pendulous breasts, and 5 small and 1 medium. References to genitalia are even rarer, 11 male and 1 female. In 33 cases, it was specifically noted that they were not visible, presumably an animal considered to be males. All right, now here's how I'm going to start this. Bigfoot. Sometimes people report seeing breasts or genitalia on these.
Yeah.
What do you think of this, Brent?
Yeah.
Like the Patterson footage where the Bigfoot has breasts? You think that they do? Brent?
Told you already. What's that?
Well, I said, what's your opinion on Bigfoot with genitalia and breasts, and people say that they spot them?
They say what?
People say they see genitalia, like penises or like breasts and things like that on Sasquatch. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know what to say about that.
That's quite an awkward question, like popping out of nowhere.
Because it does go to
Patterson
purposes,
feature.
different sexes,
Well, I was going to say, when it comes to Bigfoot having genitalia and breasts and, they're body parts. They're mammals. Mammals have those body parts. So it's not unusual to report a mammal having those body parts. So that's just my 2 cents. So it's nothing unusual, you know. Mammals nurse their young. So, of course, a female Bigfoot will have breasts, or, you know, a male is going to have a genitalia. So that's nothing really unusual. And a lot of people probably don't report seeing those things, because when you do see a Bigfoot, it's not like you're sitting there studying it. Most of the time...
Well, with mine and Brent's, we didn't have time to do anything like that.
Yeah, you don't have time. The sightings happen in a matter of seconds usually, and they're unexpected. And when you do see them, you probably...
Did you find or penis on it, Brent, when you seen it?
No. I wasn't really, like, looking for that, you know? I was just, you know, in awe. So...
Yeah, because, If you see a Bigfoot, the first thing that probably comes to mind, what the heck is that? And then you probably get scared the living daylights out of. I know nobody would be brave staring down a Bigfoot.
Well, people said these creatures mess with fire a lot, so I found 2 stories that have to do with fire. The first one I'm going to start with, here it comes. As to creatures doing anything with fire, I do not have a single modern report, only 2 very old ones. A man writing to the Antioch, California Ledger in 1870 told of hiding to see what he had seen, what his ash and his fire were being disturbed, and he woke up and started looking to see what was messing with it. And he said he reported seeing a 5-foot, heavily built, hair-covered creature with a stick in the fire, poking it until the flame went out. And pretty much what it's saying is a similar thing was reported from an Indian lady, 112 years old, who said that in about year 1900 she fled from something after something was messing with her fire in Devil's Narrow, and she said she had to jump into the river to get away from it. She said that it was chasing her with a burning branch, she says. That's a little scary. What would you do, Brent? Like, what do you think of that? Do you think it's real, or?
It's, you could go both ways. I mean, I don't know, just me personally, I think it's real.
Oh, I do too, because they said that it was poking at the fire, because she had remnants of food in there that had fallen out of the pot she was cooking in. She said that whatever it was forking the ashes with a stick, and it caught on fire, and she said that when she seen that, it seen her, start chasing her with it. A forest fire.
That'd be scary, just chasing you with fire.
Well, here's a good one. This one's a modern day from 1995. This was the one that, this is the best one from the whole night, and this one, I want to hear Brent's opinion on this. Ray Crow, a famous Bigfoot guy, a Bigfoot studier, he said that there were 2 men near Winslow, Arizona in April 1995, and they were sitting in their camp, apparently cooking and eating potato peels. And they seen it, and they went to sleep and left their potato peels sitting outside because they didn't think any animals would come to it. And it says, apparently in the middle of the night they heard foil rustling. So they went out, so they unzipped their tent, and they seen an 8 to 9 foot creature with an erection sitting over the old campfire with a dripping penis eating the peels over the fire.
It was doing what?
These guys were sitting at their campsite eating potato peels and cooking them like potato chips, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess they went to sleep and left their potato peels sitting outside with their fire. I guess they put it out and there was just ashes, like smolders. And they said that when they heard the tinfoil rustling, like something was eating their chips. So they opened up the tent and there was a Bigfoot with a dripping penis in an erection state eating the potato chips.
Okay. That's what I thought you said.
Yeah,
hey, Brent, what would you...
How did it come to male genitalia? Like just genitalia altogether?
Well, that's the topic that we're talking about right now.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Because I was reading in the book Cryptids, Phantom Canines, and more from John Keel, and he was talking about seeing genitalia on Bigfoot. And we never talked about it, so I thought there'd be something interesting to bring up. What's your opinion, Nick? What do you think?
Well, like I said, when most Bigfoot sightings occur, the sightings occur within seconds. So it's not like you're sitting there looking for genitalia on a creature. Most likely you're looking how to get away if you see a creature like Bigfoot. So it doesn't surprise me that even an expert like Mr. Keel would not report seeing any genitalia if he had a sighting. So that's it just has all to do with the quickness of the sightings, as opposed to the Patterson film where Roger Patterson managed to capture a somewhat lengthy clip of the creature, and you could see the breasts on the female Sasquatch, allegedly. That gives us a more detailed look at the creatures, as opposed to just a 10-second, or not even sometimes even less than 10 seconds.
Well, what I was saying, Nick, was like, do you believe the story?
Do I believe it? I
personally do myself. It sounds like something that you would see.
Oh, the creature sitting over the fire eating potato peels
with the dripping penis and the erection.
Yeah, that.
Here's another good one. This is even better. In 1965, plant manager for a local remote plant owned by NL Industries, located about 7 miles northwest of Spillamarking, British Columbia, on a public road. The plant is on a west face on the Spillamarking mountain, whatever I just said. Anyway, this guy was driving down the road to get to this plant to go to work. On first occasion, I seen a line of footprints that came from the direction of the Columbia River Bridge in the northeast direction. Second, I came to the clearing from the north on foot, I guess going to work or hiking or something, and I came upon 3 creatures I thought were grizzly bears. But they were upright and they were scuffling. 2 began mating in a normal human fashion instead of from the rear. And I was about 100 yards from them and took a shot at one with a rifle but missed, and the 3 ran into the woods to the east.
Oh.
Very... No way.
So what do you guys think of that?
That's pretty graphic. Pretty graphic description.
Yeah, graphic.
Well, there's worse ones. That's just the one that I found.
That's okay. We don't need to hear the other one.
Yeah.
But I mean,
you think, well, of course they made. Of course, they made.
Yeah, of course they do. Yeah.
But that would be. My thing is, why was they standing around watching them get in position and stuff?
I don't know. that goes beyond what I want to think about.
I guess he said he was hiking by where he goes to work. He was hiking or hunting by where he goes to work. It says he was a bear hunter.
But yeah, besides the point, though, like I said, I do believe. I believe they stay really silent, though, like I was saying, because they must stay really quiet and they don't really want to interact with humans because they just want to be left alone.
Yeah.
The first and hopefully last graphic, boring Bigfoot porn film has been discovered. It's a 15-minute film in 1981 titled The Geek, is what it says on Cryptomundo. That was a related article.
We can see where his mind is tonight. I'm just kidding.
No, don't you think that's strange though, the Bigfoot mating? I never even thought of that myself, not to mention. What would you do, Brent, if you seen 2 Bigfoot mating? Would you run or would you take pictures? What would you do?
Probably take pictures.
What would you do, Nick?
But then it would be like bestiality though if you took pictures.
Do you think that people would believe you because of the manner of the film or the manner of the pictures?
Yeah.
So you think, Nick, you think that you just say you legit got a video of a Sasquatch mating, would people believe you?
I don't know.
It would be a lot. A lot of skepticism.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's basically most people are skeptics. These days, if people don't see it themselves, they're not going to believe it. So.
Exactly.
That would make for some good conversation, though.
Yeah, definitely. It wouldn't be boring.
Well, I know the team's been on several expeditions to find Bigfoot, and, you know, it's actually one of my favorite hobbies to do is going back into the backwoods and look for them, because it is very interesting. Well,
here's my question really quick. Sorry to interrupt you, but do you think you would be more scared at seeing a mating or the banana peels? Which would you think is more, like, frightening?
I think the banana peel would be a little bit more creepy.
What do you think, Chris?
Probably the banana peel one too.
Hey Brent, what would you do if that thing tried to come after you in the tent? You know, after you eat the banana peel.
I'd be scared. I would start crying.
Tent to pieces, wouldn't it?
Well, the first, if it tried to attack me in the tent, I'd just be like, settle down, man.
He's like, let's have dinner first.
No, Brent.
Oh, my gosh.
Brent.
He's like, I don't even know you yet.
Brent, choo, choo, choo.
Yeah, exactly, just like that. All right, the Harley.
Well, here's another good question I brought up.
Oh, my gosh.
I was talking about the snow footprints earlier, about the Sasquatch in the snow. The relevance to migration. Many people ask and wonder whether these creatures migrate with the seasons, moving from the northern latitudes to southern latitudes to avoid the snowy winters. No evidence or otherwise anything else suggests this pattern of seasonal migration, whereas photos of snow tracks in the northern latitudes deep into winter suggest that the populations in those latitudes, anyways, they remain there throughout the year. In these accidental or anecdotal, I don't know what that means, data,
anecdotal,
suggest a pattern of elevation migration with the seasons. Like pretty much, like, do you think that they migrate for the season? Like, do you think that these creatures migrate, or what would you guys say?
I would say they would migrate. That would be the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Well, they were saying that they don't see them migrating for food. They see them migrating for elevation to get to the same elevation where they like to live.
Well, there was that one Bigfoot. I forget where it was. I think it was up in Canada, but it was following the blueberry blossoming, like the blueberry bushes blossoming. It was following that, like all the way, like from northern Canada all the way down to southern Canada and everything.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I don't know if my phone cut out or not.
Tim and his technical difficulties.
Go ahead, Jer. Jer?
Now we're all having technical difficulties, I guess.
No, I'm here, but like I said, Jeremy's just like cutting out.
Oh, Well,
one moment, please, while Jeremy gets abducted.
Yeah, Jeremy got abducted.
No, I definitely do believe they migrate, though, and just because, like you said, like Brent was saying, I have heard the story where they follow the blueberry pattern. Because, you know, most people say, or most skeptics say that Bigfoot can't survive in the North America because there's no food for it.
Yeah.
But like you said, migration would prove that's opposite, because obviously other animals move during migration periods also.
Exactly.
So it
like deer, of course. Like deer, badgers, weasels. Yeah, there you go.
That's crazy. Man.
But no, man. Besides anything put to the side.
Sorry about that, guys. It said that I got disconnected, so I'm not sure if it taped or not. Like the last 5 minutes.
Oh.
We were talking.
Say that it was disconnected. Anyways, what I was saying was, now we're talking about migration. What do you think of hibernation? It says, many people ask and wonder whether these hibernate during the winter in northern latitudes like bears. There's never been any evidence to suggest that they hibernate through the winter, but photos of snow tracks in the northern latitudes into deep winter, along with dozens of other track finds in the past, suggest that they don't hibernate like bears. But I'm just asking, do you guys think that they would hibernate, or?
I don't think so.
Me either, because there are Bigfoot videos of them in the snow, you know, and including the Yeti. He has to live in the Himalayas year-round, which is like 80% of the time it's always snowing and really freezing cold.
Yeah.
He doesn't always live there. Sometimes he could move, and remember, he was in the Geek, remember?
Well, he goes up and down throughout the mountain. The bottom is like...
No, that was a joke. That was a joke. Remember the Geek? I told you about it?
I couldn't hear you say it. So.
The Geek. It was the Bigfoot porno. I was kidding.
Oh, yeah. But no, so I don't believe they hibernate. And plus, bears are the only animals that are known to really, truly hibernate, you know what I mean, during the wintertime like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there are other species that do, but bear is the number one mammal that does. And they say Bigfoot's more of a primate, so.
Well, here's another good thing I was going to bring up. Yellow Eyes, less than a mile from Happy Camp, which Happy Camp is an area where Bigfoot sightings are frequent. It's a city 30 miles from the Oregon border, which is where I was actually looking to do a Bigfoot hunt one of these days. But anyways, in 2003, a woman saw a large hairy creature near her yard. A forest fire burned nearby, and she thought it could be a refugee trying to escape the fire. She left apples and other fruit for the animal, and these disappeared while she wasn't watching, and she knew that the creature took them. One day, she turned to see the creature looking at her through her kitchen window, and it's almost 10 feet off the ground. And she said she had a good look at the hairy face, remembering that it had yellow eyes.
Damn.
Oh, my God, that's scary.
That was good. Crap at me. I was like, oh, yellow eyes, thank you. I'm scared.
Well, they said that it was trying to escape the fire.
Exactly, and then the food was most likely attracted to you, so I believe it.
Well, Nick.
Yeah.
Did you find any neat articles on your side for your investigating? Or you would like to talk about?
Well, yeah, I the Sasquatch triangle that I previewed earlier had more information about it. I'm pulling that up right now. It's an area in Ohio, like I said before, that there's been a lot of Bigfoot sightings. And like I said, a new DVD has been made about it, and it's something I think we should check out ourselves.
There's a place called Panther Rock in Kentucky that I was going to introduce, that I wanted to go to. I was talking to Brent about it earlier. It's been an area that's not really been investigated before, that has frequent Bigfoot sightings since the early settlers got here.
Since the dawn of time.
Yeah, since Donna was born.
Oh my gosh.
She looks like a Bigfoot.
Wow. Hello.
Anyways, while we're on the topic of Bigfoot, how does everyone think that they're really smart, or do some people think they're like smarter than us? Like some are smarter than others, or like I think it's a really smart creature. You know what I mean? Just for it to be able to avoid humans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, obviously, to avoid us, it's got to be smart.
Yeah. I mean, because I'm trying not to talk about too many articles. You know, I'd rather have like a lot of our personal opinions on there and everything too.
Yeah.
No, we're not getting a lot of callers today, which is kind of strange.
Well,
this is our first one in a long time.
Yeah, it's our first show in a while.
Yeah. Well, Bishop, California, mid to late 1970s, a report from the California Bigfoot Organization, there's a story that says I was working as a security guard in a high-level tension tower project here in California. I met a man who was a cat skinner operating a bulldozer, leveling off pads where each of these high-tension towers was going to be placed. During the conversation, I mentioned Bigfoot, and he told me that in the mid to late 1970s, he was doing a little poaching, and he says, with the forest officials' permission in the locked gated area, this particular time gate was still locked and always has. He let himself in with his four-wheel drive pickup, also known as 4 Points. He drove over a hill, and to his surprise, where the department and interior vehicles and the breed of land management men were all in their Smokey the Bear outfits with guns searching a campground. And he says they grabbed the hunter, took his rifle away, and told him and questioned him for 7 or 8 hours on what he was doing there. The local forestry official identified him as a trusted friend and would let him go eventually, but he was told never to come back. He had determined during his interrogation that the reason that they were in their forest, that they were so forceful, was that a Bigfoot creature had gone through there the day before and had torn up a campground. He had turned over a large trash container, also known as a dumpster, like a big one, that no man can ever even begin to move, and it had killed several people. Over the years, the story was passed along to several people and, in fact, quite a few Bigfoot researchers, and no one was able to come up with a single clue.
You get a break and then you
So what do you think of that?
Well, that's pretty wild.
Because people claim that Bigfoot's never hurt anybody, supposedly. But clearly, if there's a police report on it, and that man was interrogated for like 8 hours, something happened.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Well, because I know there's Native American accounts that back like 1,000 years, and they say there's wild men that live in the forest, and they said occasionally there'd be one or a couple that would attack them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think we probably said this story probably multiple times, but isn't there an account of where some Bigfoot, I don't want to say a tribe or a clan, I guess you could say a clan of Bigfoot, were angry at these people living in a cabin, and they tried to push the cabin off a hill?
Yeah, that's Canyon.
It
turns out they actually shot one of them during the day, and they came back at nighttime and tried to push their cabin off the edge of the cliff.
So, I mean, that's some retaliation right there. But,
yeah, right there alone proves they're really smart, you know?
Yeah. Well, I want to ask you guys a question about Bigfoot. Have you guys ever heard of a skunking problem with Bigfoot? Like, I have this person here that says there are persons that have been skunked by a Bigfoot that have ended up with bronchial problems. It depends on the strength of the odor and how close a person is to the Bigfoot, and that determines how bad they are affected.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of that before?
I've never heard of that.
A nasty smell that comes by a Bigfoot. I mean, they are big, hairy, ape-like creatures, so they probably don't smell like roses. Oh, I said they probably don't smell like roses. They're giant apes in the forest.
It's really bad, but I didn't know if there's like a term for it or not.
No, I just found this post on this message board. Talks about it's called the skunking problem, and it says some people have gone close enough to the Bigfoot where they've smelled this really bad odor, and they've gotten bronchial problems from it. It's affected their breathing. I don't know. It doesn't cite any articles or anything from any cryptozoology sources. It's just some hearsay maybe, but I thought it would be an interesting thing to bring up.
Well, there's something I would like to bring up right now I just found online, which would be something that I think fits what we're talking about. They said,
oh my God.
You know those guys that supposedly hoax that Bigfoot took body dips like not so long ago?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They said those guys are trying to sell the suit on eBay. Kind of desperate there and kind of pathetic, I think.
Yep.
I'm not going to go out on any limb to really. I'm not going to lay the gavel down on them, but you know, it's one thing to fake it. No, it's another thing to go and try to sell the suit.
Well, sorry, Nick. We already said everything under the sun last year. Remember it?
Oh yeah, I know. We probably used up every little thing possible talking about that.
We have a critic right now. We have a critic that's writing us, and I'd like to hear Brent's opinion first. You ready for this, Brent?
Okay.
You guys need to watch your back. I'm tired of pathetic little measly Bigfoot teams and paranormal teams in quotations thinking that they're going out to find these mythical creatures that don't even exist. Now, I myself, I don't really think I have room to talk about this, counting on I'm not part of the team, and I'm glad. But I think you guys are wasting your time, and you guys are just stupid, childish college kids with nothing better to do than waste time talking about Bigfoot.
Okay. First off, what I want to start off with is, why would you go and waste your time and money if you're so-called doing something better on your hands that you could write us a little nasty little message that you think could affect our lives in some way you think it would, but it won't. But it's funny how people like to downplay other people just try to make themselves feel happy. That some random...
What were you saying, Brent?
Was I talking?
Yeah.
Well, I don't even remember what I was going to say. I was ranting and then I got interrupted. So.
I know you said you don't like how people downplay other people.
Oh,
and you said and how they don't do it themselves is what you were saying, and then I accidentally said something.
Let me think. What else did he say? He
said that we're wasting our time on myths that don't exist, and that we're just stupid college kids that have nothing better to do, and that pretty much that we're making everything up, and that we've never seen anything.
Oh, okay. Well, fact is, these so-called mythical things. Why is there if we're just seeing it, just the teams, so-called, if you're saying that the teams are just seeing it, well, there's other people out there, witnesses, people who are non-believers to the paranormal who are actually seeing these things, like UFOs, aliens, abductions, people experiencing abductions they don't even believe in, and this stuff is happening to them and they don't even know it. And as far as going to seeing Bigfoot, people don't, you don't see people talking about Bigfoot, and then when people, skeptics and stuff who don't believe in any of that kind of mumbo-jumbo, they say, oh, I just saw a Bigfoot. And he's like, oh, really? But you said they didn't exist yesterday. Well, I saw one on the way to work today. It's like, oh, okay, well, what? It's like, are we just is everyone imagining the same thing? Is everyone imagining those big black triangles that fly over people's houses that are at least like 10 football fields long? Are people imagining those? Are hundreds of people imagining? And as far as the coelacanth goes, that was supposed to be dead like 52 million years ago. Where is it now? Oh, it's in the deeper part of the ocean.
Well, Varl said you and me actually seen something out there in that forest.
Yeah. And then they see. Oh, what were you saying, Tim?
I was going to say, and what about the evidence people get? Videos and pictures, I'm sure a lot of them are fake, but, I mean, like, again, is everybody just out to just to fake evidence,
Well, I'd like to corroborate on that. When I remember watching a Monster Quest show, and they had reputable scientists take a blood sample off this bed of nails that was laid down near this person's house that was getting harassed by a creature at night. And they did some blood tests. Yeah, that cabin, and they did some blood tests on the blood. And they found out that the genetic makeup of that blood was right between an ape and a human. How do you explain phenomenon like that? I mean, blood, that's plain forensic evidence.
Exactly.
It's one thing to...
Apparently, this is going to be a little off topic. I posted some of our TAPS emails a while back in a forum, and people are saying that I'm lying about this. I'll read the email out loud to you guys, then I'll get to what our critics are saying. Sorry to change it from Bigfoot to criticism, but this is getting on my nerves, and I thought I would say this.
Oh, gosh. Here we go.
1 minute. I'm looking.
Oh, here we go. This always gets us riled up.
Well, I don't think I've ever read these emails out loud. There's a total of 5 of them, because TAPS and us have been feuding over the years. All right, here's what I said. Over the last 2 or 3 years, the paranormal team that I belong to, the Bigfoots Pad Paranormal, were victims of humiliation and constant verbal abuse from TAPS ghost hunters. It all started back in 2005 when the team asked Andy and Jason Haas to do a case with us. They say all over the website and TV shows they'll be glad to help anybody and they'll friendly no matter what, but that isn't the case. We called TAPS and spoke with Andy and Jason, who told us several comments that were unprofessional and low. They told us we would never be nothing and that we were wasting our time and money for the professionals such as themselves. I highly doubt that they're professional ghost hunters, counting on there's no proven way to even catch a ghost on film or they exist. We've been on bad terms with TAPS for 3 years now, at the time I wrote this, and the verbal attacks have never truly stopped. The last month, Jason Haas wrote us threatening us. So anyways, I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to read some more emails.
Oh, gosh. Now we go from Bigfoot to Jerry Springer paranormal style. Oh, boy.
Anyways, 1 sec. I'm getting the emails. I have to scroll through this. Anyways, there's 5 pages of people saying that I'm lying and people saying that basically slandering us on here. And 1 sec, I'm trying to find my... What's your opinion, Brent?
So the one thing I have to say is the critics are sure, skeptics and critics are allowed their opinions, but you know what I mean? When you start to slander people, like on their own radio show, like the one person was just doing, that's pretty pathetic. And I mean, because one, you gotta always have such a horrible outlook on life and everything.
Well, I personally don't let those type of comments really faze me. I mean, if someone wants, yeah.
Well, here's I found part of it. Here's a little excerpt from it. We're not going to work with you and your team on this one. Sorry, guys. We do not want a reputation to be drugged out into the dirt like you guys by working alongside with amateur teams such as yourselves. TAPS is a professional paranormal investigations team that only studies alongside with other professional teams such as ourselves. If we worked alongside you, I think we'd be wasting our time and effort because, after all, let's face it, you're going to be nothing and you're taking up the time for teams that truly need it. Judy informed me that you've been trying to get us to pick up our phones for some time now. I just don't feel like telling another team like the Bigfoots Pad Paranormal no over and over again, and you're not going to amount to nothing. Oh, and by the way, TAPS sticks to one subject of the paranormal. I think it'd be a good idea for you to do this too. So that's the email, the second one, I think. Oh, here it is. Here's another one. Dear Jeremy, I just received an email about Andy, and that's not like him to do that to people. He most likely just had a bad day or is frustrated at the moment. If it happened more than once, I don't know what to tell you. I can't help you. It's not my problem. If you feel the need to petition, more power to you. It's not going to do anything anyways. About the kissing up to Jason, I don't do it. We're busy at the moment, and we don't have time to be talking to unprofessional teams and wasting our time. Kristen, TAPS case manager. That was October 17th, 2008.
Well, that's enough with the slandering other teams, so let's get back on topic.
I'm not slandering them. I'm reading the emails.
Yeah, I'd just say it's probably better to bury the hatchet with that and just But I mean, if they were real letters, I'd burn them and just forget about them myself. But
I don't know. What's your opinion, Brent? Brent? Yeah. Yeah, where's
Brent?
Oh, 1 second. Brent's muted. Hey, Brent. 1 second, see if it's on. I think he hung up and called back, and that's why I have to put him back on the line. Brent?
So back in
Brent.
He should be connected any second.
Say Brent's get cut off.
But yeah, you could ask Nick too. Like Bigfoot's one of the major things our team looks into.
Yeah, I mean, and one thing we do take pride in is the diversity of cases that we tackle. I'm not going to comment on the previous emails that were read, but we do take that as a pride. We take it very well that we have a diversity of cases. Because of that diversity, it helps us stick out, you know, and it also, I don't want to say improves. It improves the paranormal investigation, I guess you could say. If you have just a single team that specialize in one thing, it works very well. But when you have a team like ours that embraces all different disciplines of the paranormal, we can collaborate with other people and you know, we can help each other out and exchange evidence and eyewitness accounts and so on and so forth. And because of the wide breadth of things we tackle, you know, we can talk to Bigfoot experts, Mothman experts, ghost experts,
religious experts.
Yeah, all sorts of different things. I mean, we're not closed-minded, and that's one thing that sets us apart, or at least makes us unique from the rest of the paranormal teams that are out there. They usually just specialize in one thing. But I'm not trying to knock any paranormal teams, because we have a great deal of many friends in a lot of those paranormal teams that just do one thing, and I don't want to slander any of them or put any bad feelings out there. But I'm just saying, as I'm speaking for us, saying that we are proud that we are very diverse in what we do.
Exactly.
But
well, right now our switchboard just totally turned blank screen on me. So I don't know if Brent's on the line. So I'm trying to connect him. I was when it froze on me.
Yeah, we're not just having our luck's not with us tonight. Trying to.
The radio show's a little sketchy tonight.
Yeah, well, like Brent said earlier, it's our first show in quite a while. I think over 6 months, if I'm correct. It might be 7 or 8 months. So our radio show.
Like 3 months. Oh yeah, we're gonna have another radio show in the next couple days sometime. What do you think we should do?
Maybe something on UFOs, perhaps maybe another cryptids episode. I mean, it's up to you guys, not just me. I'm just voicing some ideas.
Well, right now the switchboard's still not loading.
So we could be talking right now and it might not even be on.
Pretty much.
That's okay. I know I tried getting on my, I tried getting onto Blog Talk Radio on my computer, but it refuses to work. So.
Yeah, Brent just texted me. He said, we can't hear him, but he is listening. That's what he said.
So that's what he said?
Yeah, he just texted me.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, unless you wanted to send the show 5 minutes early, guys, because we don't have to recording.
Yeah, well, we're going to have another show Probably tomorrow or the next day sometime, or sometime during the week. Stay tuned on our MySpace or on our Blog Talk Radio page for more information. Tonight's show was pretty good. I went a little off topic there with the emails. It just, I was receiving a lot of things about that, so I thought I'd bring that up.
Oh.
But, anyways, thanks for listening, everybody. For Bigfoot's Pad, this is Jeremy. There's also King Sasquatch. And my co-host.
This is Mothman Warrior 1.0. And King Gray, we just said that at the same time.
We did. And Brent's on
and
the
then
line,
there's also Brent. Also, there's Archangel.
Say bye for Brent.
Bye, Brent.
All right, thanks for listening, everybody.
All right.
All right, have a good night.